Ahoj bando, zdravím vás z prostředí Backstage. Home Office funguje pořád, no ale Backstage TV to nezastavilo, takže startuje další díl. Dneska to bude, řekněme pro moje vrstevníky, taková hlavně vzpomínka na léta 80. Když se řekne kapela SDI, tak si řada rockerů vzpomene, o co jde. No a my jsme proto pozvali hosta a tím je frontman kapely Reinhard Kruse. Pro mě, jakožto pro celou řadu dalších rockerů, jsou 80. léta a SDI spojeno především s deskami SDI a Sign of the Wicked. Jaký byl tvůj cíl, když jste tady tohle vydávali, protože to byla obzvláště na tu dobu trošku nezvyklá muzika, tak trocha i anarchie. Bylo to tak myšleno cíleně, nebo to bylo trošku jinak?
Yes, kind of, because, you know, in the late 80s, we were pretty young. I was about 22 when I got the record deal, and 6 weeks later we recorded the first album. And to make this thing clear, we didn't have a band when we signed the deal. So everything I had in lost suitcases or whatever, I put on this record. And it has a clearly punk attitude, and it should have, but it's a mix of different things. So we just put it out and thought to be rock stars, you know, and as you think when you are 22. So we were quite astonished when we're not going to be rock stars. So this was the beginning of the hardcore metal scene in Germany, and there was some old-fashioned metal before that, but in 86, 85, 86, 87, most of the bands you know by now made their first records at that time.
Prosím tě, máš některou z těch prvních dvou nahrávek, o kterých jsem mluvil, radši? Postavil bys ji výše?
Of course, The Sign of the Wicked is surely the better album because we had time to prepare and we had not only the songs but ourselves. So there was a kind of lack of understanding and different things on the first album. And on the second album, everything was perfect. Mm-hmm. So I think that the Sign of the Wicked is the better album between these. If it's the best SDI album, I don't know, but it's sure better than the first one.
Děkuji moc krát. Další otázka. Kde berete nápady na tuhle muziku, nebo kde jste ji brali?
It's a mix of 1,000 things, you know. You like in your life, it's there are happen to come things to you like something you've seen on the TV or something you read in the newspaper or whatever, and of course things that happen to you and to your friends. So I was thinking about Nazis, I was thinking about having sex, I was thinking about being young, thinking about the different things, and when it's suited to the song, because every time it's first the music, then the lyrics, I put it to this song, a certain theme to a certain song. So that's how I work.
SDI svoji činnost přerušili na konci 80. let. Co vedlo ke konci kapely?
You know that when we recorded Mistreated in 1989, we did it with a new guitar player, Rage, and we had some difficulties in the studio, and this led to some misunderstandings within the band. He was a marvelous live player. We've been on tour with him a lot, and we had a lot of fun. But there was a kind of tiredness if you know what I mean, when we've been on tour for nearly 2 years. And then we just said, okay, maybe we'll have a break. And like it happens some days, you just don't call anymore. So after 2 years, I thought it would be good to do a new record, SDI record. And he was at Enola Gay at that time, another band from our hometown. So he left SDI without telling us. So, and as you know, in the early 90s, that was not a good situation for heavy metal music. Yeah. There was this grunge thing and everything. Grunge. And so we didn't manage to get a deal again. And so we quit it all. So this was the recordings of the so-called fourth album. And all these recordings appeared on the different SDI albums in 2005. So the songs are published, but not well recorded. So we are starting to record some of these songs again. And there will be a new edition of the Mistreated album in 2021 with 2 new recordings from that album. So, but of course with the new members of the band, with Christoph and Chris.
OK, no a co vedlo naopak k reunionu kapely a návratu na pódia?
Oh, it's our drummer. He just, I don't know why. He just thought of playing again. He didn't play for a couple of years. And without telling me, he rented a rehearsal room and started practicing. And I don't know why, but I started practicing on these songs too, but without telling him. So when he told me about this, I remember it quite well. It was on WhatsApp, a small sign, look what I'm doing. And we joined within a few days and played, and it was fantastic. We had a lot of fun. So we tried to get in contact with Rage again. It was quite hard to find, but that's another story. But he also wanted to join the band. So in late 2014, we decided to do a small recording of I Don't Care from the first LP and just put it into Facebook. And then boom. One or 2 days later, we got nearly 30 invitations to different concerts everywhere. And so this was the story why we joined together again.
Děkuju prozatím, pojďme dál. Máte taky nové nahrávky. Když bych měl to porovnat, nebo ty bys to měl porovnat, jsou to klasičtí SDI, nebo je tam změna?
Yes, of course, that's one of the reasons why I called this album 80s Metal Band, because I know that most of the bands in heavy metal are playing different now. But this is our style, you know, like AC/DC, they didn't change their style, or Iron Maiden, they keep on playing the style they invented at the time they invented it. So we do, and it wouldn't be SDI if we tried to do something different, you know. It's we wanted to be authentic, we wanted to make the music we love. And that's the reason why everything on this album is like it is. It's the sound, it's the look, and of course it's the songs.
Nebývá to až tak pravidlo, ale najdou se kapely, které hrajou pořád ve 3 lidech. Proč jste zůstali jenom 3? Nechybí vám třeba druhá kytara?
No, especially live, it's much more, or it's very easy to find a sound within 3 people. And we always have a brilliant sound live. And most of the other bands have difficulties because the voices and the 2 guitars are always at the same level in the mixing. So they have difficulties to get a clear sound. And that's one reason. The other reason is because everybody knows SDI as a three-man band, like Motorhead or Rush or whatever. So never was a real reason to change something on it. And you know, the main reason is the sound, because we wanted to have it like the way it was and the way it is.
Pochopil jsem tedy správně, že pokud je ve studiu nebo v kapele daleko víc muzikantů, tak je těžší podle tebe najít ten správný soulad mezi nimi a lepší zvuk.
That's hard. And you have to talk to each other, and there is always some members, they stick together more like the others do, and so we always have kind of problems. Don't want to say that there were no problems within our band, but it's easier to manage it.
Díky zatím mockrát, pojďme teď k době, kdy jste se dali znovu dohromady. Začali jste nejenom vydávat muziku, ale taky hrát na festivalech. Mimo jiné vzpomenu taky festival Kamenité čas Rock Fest, kde jste vystupovali. Mě zajímá, jaký máš vztah k České republice, k českým fanouškům?
Because we toured there in the early 91, and it was a big disaster. Because it was shortly after the Iron Curtain got up, and it was everything but professional, and there were a lot of trouble, especially in Ostrava, and we were very eager to get back into your country to present a good show in the beginning. So we were at the Kamenité Festival in the near of Ostrava. It was the first gig. Or bigger gig in Czech, in the Czech Republic, and since then we've been there a couple of times, and we wanted to be there with a big tour this year, but you know, because of the COVID-19 thing, we had to cancel everything. So you see, all the gigs on this T-shirt.
Yeah,
cancelled. So that's for all the bands. That's really a great mess.
Tak, rockeři a rockerky, naše povídání pro tuto chvíli se blíží k závěru, ale vzhledem k tomu, že Reinhard Kruse, frontman SDI, byl podobně ukecaný, jakožto naši předcházející hosté v rámci Backstage TV, myslím tím zahraniční hosté Mike Terána a Roland Grappel, tak jsme se rozhodli, že i tenhle pokec o téhle legendě 80. let SDI rozdělíme na dvě části. Ta první část je v závěru, užívejte si metalu ve všech možných podobách a za týden na Backstage TV se na vás těším. Zbavoš!